What's up, the John Squad? This is John Panalini here on YouTube, and this is your YouTube World Heresy Champion here on YouTube, and I'm coming at you today with my WWE Monday Night Raw review for April 15th, 2019. So let's do the show, the John Squad. What a WWE Superstar shakeup we had last night, and it continues today on to SmackDown Live. So let's do this show, the John Squad. Where do some of the SmackDown superstars go to last night? So let's do the show. We kicked off WWE SmackDown Live with Stephanie McMahon, and she talks about the Superstar Shakeup. That's right. And then she brings out Shane McMahon, her brother, and then Shane McMahon wants Mike Rome to introduce him as the best in the world, Shane McMahon, and that's what he does. And so then Stephanie talks about, again, the Superstar Shakeup, and they were going to introduce the very first Superstar Shakeup, and that is The Miz, and he comes out from behind out of nowhere and attacks Shane McMahon, just beats him up, and them two have a brawl, and then Shane McMahon tosses The Miz over the barricade, and then The Miz grabs a steel chair and beats Shane McMahon with the steel chair, and The Miz stands tall. So then, the first match we had on Raw was Ricochet and Aleister Black, who are now part of Raw, and Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins versus the Revival and the Vikings Experience, that used to be called the War Raiders, you know. So that means they're part of Raw now. The Vikings Experience, who used to be called the War Raiders, but now they're called the Viking Experience. Aborm and Eric, and the winners were the Revival and the Vikings Experience. So that's pretty surprising right there. Now, the second match on Raw was Finn Balor versus Andrade. And Andrade is a part of the Raw roster now. And the winner was Andrade. And we had Elias does a performance and says that he has his music is powerful, and talks about the people that interrupt him, and talks about the Montreal Canadiens that were not that good to make the playoffs and stuff like that, and the fans all the fans in the crowd start to boom because they were in Montreal last night, so the fans start to boom, and that if anyone starts to interrupt them, that they will never be shown again. And so then next thing you know is that all of a sudden it's like booyaka booyaka 619. Out comes Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio attacks Elias and beats him up. Then all of a sudden is after that segment was that Lars Sullivan comes out and destroys Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio tries to fight back and punches Lars Sullivan, but Lars Sullivan destroys Rey Mysterio and leaves him lying. The third match on Raw was Chad Gable and Bobby Roode versus the Usos, and the Usos are part of Raw, and the winner was the Usos. Also, from 205 Live, Cedric Alexander went to Raw, so now Cedric Alexander is a part of Raw. So now, we go on to the next match we had on Raw was the... Oh yeah, hold on. Before I get onto that, made a mistake here. Make mistakes anyway. So now, we had a moment of bliss with Sami Zayn, and Alexa Bliss tells everyone that this may be her last night on Monday Night Raw, and then she welcomes out Sami Zayn, her special guest, and Zayn keeps on dancing to his theme music, and just keeps dancing and dancing, and Sami Zayn does the ole 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 with the Montreal crowd, and so then Alexa talked to Sami Zayn in that it's fantastic to see him back on Raw. That's what she does. So then Zayn says that he loves the city, but it's the people that make him sick, and that's what he says, and that he can't stand to be in this room with the people, and with all the people here. He did not want to be here on her show. So Alexa says, "That's rude." You know, so that's what she says to him, and so then Alexa starts to yell at Sami Zayn, and that they are not, and that they are, and so Sami Zayn says that they are not fans. So then Alexa yells at Zayn, and he says that he moved to Orlando, Florida. That's what Sami Zayn says, and that he left Montreal, so the fans start saying na 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 na, hey hey hey, goodbye to Sami Zayn. So Sami Zayn just says to the fans a word that we're not going to say, and that's what he says right there to the fans. So then the next match on Raw was the Iconics versus Bayley and her new tag team partner Naomi, and Naomi's now on Raw, and the winner was Bayley and Naomi. So then the fifth match you were supposed to have on Raw was EC3 versus Braun Strowman, and the match does not happen at all because Braun Strowman just destroys EC3, throws him up on top of the stage, on top of the Tron, throws him into the Tron. Then next thing you know is that Braun Strowman slams EC3 down on top, throws him into the Tron, and down chokeslams him down onto the stage, and that's what happens to end that segment. So then we had another match we had on Raw was Becky Lynch versus Ruby Riott, and the winner was Becky Lynch. After the match, the Riott Squad tried to go and attack Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch beats up on Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan as they try to take advantage of that, but hey, what do you know? Becky Lynch just takes advantage of that and just beats up on Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan as they try to go and attack her, but Becky Lynch stands tall. Then Natalya comes out to confront Becky, and Natalya congratulates Becky for winning the two championships at WrestleMania and talks to Becky and says that she is coming for the Raw Women's Championship. So then, next thing you know is that Lacey Evans comes out and says that Natalya and her are gonna have a match that they're going to have a number one contenders match for the Raw Women's Championship. So that's what they're going to have right now. So then another match you had on Raw was a number one contenders for the Raw Women's Championship. Natalya versus Lacey Evans, and now Lacey Evans is a part of Raw. So the winner was Lacey Evans, and she is the new number one contenders for the Raw Women's Championship. So now the main event we had on Raw was Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Baron Corbin versus Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and we were going to find out who the mystery tag team partner was with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and the winner in that mystery partner was AJ Styles. He is now part of the Raw roster, and the winner was Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and AJ Styles. And that's what ends WWE Monday Night Raw with Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and AJ Styles celebrating in the ring. Well, I hope you all enjoyed my WWE Monday Night Raw review. What a superstar shakeup we had last night. So, once again, the John Squad, please like this video. Leave your comments down below and subscribe for more on who you think who's going to go from the Raw roster to SmackDown tonight. Leave your comments down below and subscribe for more. You're all the best of John Squad. You're all one of a kind. I love each and every single one of y'all. Peace out, the John Squad.